What do you think? Should we believe you? Huh? Think I should believe you? Believe all women? What do you think? I don't know, actually. Or should we believe Johnny Depp? You know, it's interesting, man. This whole kind of Johnny Depp Amber Heard drama, not something I'd usually weigh in on, except um, it shines a light and is a little bit of a touchstone for how we're actually living day to day. It's a kind of a little bit of a it's an example of what's going on in our day to day lives, isn't it? I think Me Too and Believe All Women and these hashtags and these ideas, they filter down into popular culture, from academia into the blogosphere, across film and television, and into how we live our lives on a day-to-day basis. Um, I I found it really interesting. I found the whole thing really, really interesting, especially um, given that the audio, given that there's audio of how it actually went down versus how uh, they said it went down. That Johnny was the abuser because men are the abusers, right? And yes, all men and all the rest of that stuff, right? So I wrote a little post about it on Facebook. Let me read it to you. Johnny Depp shows admirable restraint in the face of his outrageously, dangerously out of control now ex-wife and apparently fist-pumping speaker at the Women's March, counter to the damsel in distress victim narrative widely spun at the time. The truth will out, or so they say. This is the bi-directional reality of domestic violence. Thoughtless memes like "Believe all women" are terribly damaging, and it's not okay that innocent people get caught up in the melee of accusation and recrimination which has dominated gender relations over the last few years. A pity he had to lose his career and reputation, and twice the shame that real lives are seen as somehow acceptable collateral damage in the warped Me Too free fire zone because all men benefit from the subjugation of all women as a class. Patriarchy theory, Brown Miller, McKinnon, etc. Or, in the infamous words of academic feminist rock star Roxane Gay, why can't we hate men?
Indeed, why can't we hate men? There are a lot of reasons.
Terrific analysis as ever by Abbott and Preach in this YouTube video, which I don't suppose will make much difference, truth be told, because this animal is closer to a religious movement than a conversation. Yes, all men, hashtag, and such are articles of faith. People are going to do what they're going to do. Go do that. All lies and jest till a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. Simon & Garfunkel. You know the song, right? From, what's it, Boxer. All lies and jest till a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. So, yeah, there it is. Those are some of my thoughts on the whole situation. I got a lot of friends who would call themselves feminists. I think I at one point would have considered myself a feminist when I was young and didn't know what I know today about what it's really about. But it's also important that we stand up and speak out and challenge what is going on. Because women are capable of terrific levels of violence, and their violence is a proxy violence. Yeah, they don't do the hitting themselves usually, unless you're Amber Heard. Well, anyway, actually, they do, don't they? They do hit, and this is what the tape shows us. But the point is that the most damaging violence they're capable of is the violence that comes when they point fingers, right? When they say, "Oh, he did this," and then men and the white knights I spoke about last time, yeah, the white knights amongst us go, "Did he? Yeah, I believe you," yeah, and then you're a bad man. Don't do that, or why don't you call the police? And then it's he say, she say, and because people default to believing women, believe all women, then you're in a world of shit. Excuse my French. You're in a world of trouble, aren't you? Um, I have personal experience of that. I've had women accuse me of stuff which didn't happen. Didn't happen. And although it came to nothing, it was a close run thing. It could well have come to something. And then I would have had to answer in a very serious way to stuff that didn't happen. So I think this is a dangerous moment. I think feminism is a dangerous movement. Um, and it's not a benign movement in any way, in my view. It's not benign. Um, I think it's. I mean, the Women's March had Amber Heard speak just last week. For goodness' sake, the Women's March is corrupt. It's corrupt, man. If you're gonna have someone like that speak, you're corrupt. You're automatically corrupt, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm gonna put a link in the description down to Abbott and Preacher's video, right? And it is really, really good. It's worth watching. All right, that's one. Be gone. Peace. And it goes la la la. You know the one. La 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 la.